Hi everyone, welcome back. Welcome back to Crochet Rocks. Tracy here. It's another rock chat. Nearly said open with me. There's nothing to open. Well, those of you who remember what I said, I shouldn't be here right now. I should be at my hospital appointment, which was cancelled back in, what was it, November, and then rebooked and rescheduled for December, cancelled by them, I have to say. I asked for a sooner one, which then got cancelled, and then was the 12th, was it the 12th yesterday, of January. And everything was fine, and then yesterday, late afternoon, I got a message saying, due to unforeseen circumstances, we have had to cancel your appointment. So I thought, oh, here we go again. And it was in November I wanted to see them. This has got ridiculous, it really has. But then I got another message saying it was rescheduled for the 26th. So, you know, I hope this time it does go ahead. I mean, it could be there's an awful lot of awful viruses going around. It could be that my surgeon has caught one, but I mean, it's just sod's law, isn't it? When you really want to see them because you're worried about something, and all they do is put you off and put you off and put you off, and I don't know, it's mad, isn't it? Anyway, so I didn't have to go. But I did have a bit of a weird sleep. I woke up, and it might be that Gary went back to work, so he could have possibly woke me up when he got up or was cooking something to take to work, or he kind of makes himself a bit of breakfast before he goes sometimes and has the kettle on and he's in and out. So maybe I kind of woke up because of that, and I couldn't get back off to sleep. So at 3:30 I got up, and I was watching a program yesterday which is on something ridiculous like the 26th season of Silent Witness, but I love that program. And so it's a bit like Bones in a way, forensic pathologists, but not, if you know what I mean. It's very English, British, should I say. Anyway, it was on and I quite was into it, but I was so tired I couldn't watch the whole thing, so I'd left it halfway through and decided to go to bed. So when I woke up, I thought, you know, I'm going to go finish watching Silent Witness. So I did, and then I watched another one. So I was awake for altogether making tea and stuff. I was altogether probably awake 3 hours. So yeah, then I thought, I'm really tired now, I could go back to bed. But I'd put the heating on in the bedroom and I left it on when I went to sleep. Oh, well, I got into some kind of deep funk that I kept almost waking up from, thinking, no, and going back to sleep again. And I was there for hours and hours and hours. So I'm really late getting up because I just figured, you know, I haven't got anything to get up for, really. I mean, obviously, getting on with the day and doing my video and all that stuff is something to get up for. But what I mean was I haven't got to be up by a certain time and get out to make an appointment, have I? So I might as well just go back to bed and have another hour or so. Well, it went on and on and on. And in the end, I forced myself, when I had a bit of a wakeful time, thinking, no, you can't do this, you'll be here all day. So I forced myself to get up, and I'd been cold. It's been absolutely freezing, and I had been cold. Even watching TV last night with the heating on, and I'd had a bath, which usually warms you up. I was cold, and I felt like I had cold ankles. So, and I could have put, you know, Gary got me these big fluffy socks that come up. I could have put those on, and I had a little blankety thing around my knees, and I just felt so chilled. So I thought this morning, I'm fed up with feeling cold, so I had a bath. And I used to have baths every morning because the shower we had was awful, but now we have a pretty decent-ish shower. I haven't had baths in the morning for, well, unless we're going somewhere or doing something and we both have one, but normally it's a shower. But I couldn't face being wet, standing there we don't have a heater in the bathroom, but it usually wafts through and is warm enough, and I don't normally feel cold all the time. So I just thought, you know what, I just cannot bear the idea of standing there getting wet and cold and clammy. So I'm just going to have a bath, and then you feel all hot, and you can cope better, and it makes you warmer up for the day, see? So I thought that's what I'll do. So here I am, about 4 hours later than I should be. Never mind. Whatever. Now, I made a mistake on the joke book because, you know, I said it was actually the benefits, and then there was a few left that I hadn't read, so I went back to before the benefits. But the first one of the benefits is people no longer view you as a hypochondriac, which I already did. So that confused me. Doesn't take much. So the second one of benefits then is you don't have grey hair. They are wisdom highlights. You just happen to be very, very wise. Which I am, and you can just see my wisdom there, and you can just about make out my wisdom here. Very wise, very, very wise. I hate grey hair. It's, you know, some people go white and it looks nice, and some people just don't, and that's me. I hate my grey hair. I've CC'd the boss just to keep them in the loop, was yesterday. Today is, as promised. As promised translates to, here you go, stop your whining now, you insufferable pain in the... It rhymes with pass or pass. So let's have a look at my Star Wars picture today. We had Grogu and the I can't remember their name. Whoever that is. Good one today. Cheer me up for having a cancelled appointment. A double Grogu. Yay! I do love a Grogi. He's so cute. You know, it's amazing really that I haven't tried to make him yet. I really ought to make a little Grogu. Really. Anyway, I was sneezing away this morning. I think it's because I overslept and I was a bit groggy. So yeah, I've been, and everything seems to want to attack my sinuses and allergify me. So yeah, been sneezing and wheezing, annoying, and my tinnitus. Every time I sneeze and wheeze, my tinnitus gets really loud. So I just think, you know what? I was watching a program about tinnitus, and there was 2 types of tinnitus that is actually curable. So if your tinnitus pulsates, you know, mine doesn't, sadly, it's just a tone, so mine's probably not a curable one, but if it's pulsating, then it could mean that you're low in iron. So if you go to see your doctor and you get a blood test, you might end up with iron tablets. Of course, they do make you a bit constipated, so you know, you can take precautions, but it would get rid of your tinnitus if it's a pulsating tinnitus. How about that? Mine does kind of whoosh. I've got several noises. I've got clicks as well that happen now. Don't always, not going to click in now, but have a high-pitched, almost hissy tone, you know? Annoying. And if I'm stressed, I have a cold or I sneeze a lot, it gets a bit louder. But usually mine isn't that loud that I can't sleep. Sometimes when I have a virus, it's a bit bothersome. But other than that, I've got used to it now. I'm just going to pause it because I've got to blow it and I'll be right. That's better. All back. So I've got a nice cup of biscuit tea here. I was going to make a different tea, but I just got on with biscuit. That is such a good cup of tea. It is. Well, yesterday I've been tidying and moving stuff around, getting ready to move rooms and everything else. But while I was in the Yarn van yesterday, I was doing some more stock taking, and I was fulfilling the orders that went out yesterday over the last few days. And I had a lot more bags that were freed up. So I've started now to put all these yarns in bags. I haven't got very far, only a couple of cubbies, but it doesn't take long before it starts to help out. So every time I get polythene bags, I mean, sometimes not these ones, I've got a nice bunch of poppers here that you just love. Is it just me? No, I bet it's not. I bet you all love one of these. But I do try and keep these for if I have something that I need to package that's got sharp edges or something like that, you know. Unless I just cannot resist popping them all, which has been known to happen. When I was young, I could not leave those things alone. It's like, shh. As soon as I saw them, gotta have them, gotta have them. Oh, man. Cheers. So my neighbour popped in yesterday. I've been worrying about him, actually, because I knew it was away for Christmas at his sister's, and we knew he'd come back, but then all of a sudden I kept driving past, and I mentioned this, kept driving past his bungalow thinking his Christmas decorations are still up, and I couldn't say, well, you know, so were ours at the time, and thought, well, you know, he might not have been able to take his down. We've not got round to doing ours. Obviously they're gone now, they're all away, but Collins was still there, and Gary kept saying, go and check on him, but he lives with his nephew. They've got kind of like different parts of the house, so I thought, well, Jeff would see him. His name's Lee, but we call him Jeff. One of those things. So, yeah. Oh, you know, obviously he's there. So if there was anything untoward, there wouldn't be a case that he'd fallen and no one had sort of got to him or anything. So I kept thinking, you know, he does have COPD, so maybe he's been in hospital or something. But the light was coming on and going off, so I thought it's either a time switch or he is actually there. Well, yesterday he turned up here with a parcel for me that the postman had left for him. Well, Amazon man, actually. And oh, there you are. Been wondering what had happened with you. Well, he'd had a bit of a problem with his COPD and he had been in hospital, but he said he couldn't take his Christmas decorations down because he just didn't have the energy to do it. So that was why. But I kept noticing and thinking things weren't quite right. So you know, we now know he's all right. He had been in hospital with it, but he's back home. And I think he was only there kind of overnight. Cheers, guys. But he's got our phone number, I think, as well. So if he ever needs help, he can call us as well. So that's all right. It is absolutely freezing, I tell you. I know when it's cold here, it is mega because of the sea, and we're on a cliff. Which, you know, if you're at the seaside, it's windy and cold sometimes. But if you're high up, you know, then that's probably worse. Whoops, sorry. And yeah, so it can be really, really cold. And as much as I'm fiddling, sorry. As much as I don't normally feel the cold, only a scrunchie, but it knocked my key. This is my Yarnavan key with my little mixtape on it. Love that. Love that. So yeah, I just I clattered it. Anyway, forgot what I was saying now. Couldn't have been very important, could it? So today I've got to make a casserole. Gary was going to do that, but it's now fallen to me. And I wanted to get an early start on that, so that's not really happened. Maybe we'll have that tomorrow. Who knows? Not sure. I'll have to, and also we bought a stew pack, and I don't know if it's all right. We'll have to have a look at it, but we don't want, you know, if the veggies are going a little bit iffy, then we'll do it tomorrow and get new ones, because I don't know that they look all right. I'm going to check them out a bit later. So I've been using my Ninjas, and the one that does, remember I said at the beginning it did really good toast. It doesn't make it brown now, so I might have to get in touch with Ninja, because I actually bought it direct from them, and I have it on the darkest setting, and it's just barely coloured. So I don't think there's something quite right there. And I always put it on the right level, and I always say how many slices there are, but it just doesn't seem to get dark. And if making it for Gary, I have to put it on a good 2 or 3 times before it's even dark enough for Gary. And that's, you know, he doesn't have his black by any means, and mine, I have it lightly done, and once isn't enough to actually colour it. It feels toasted, it just doesn't look it. And yeah, so I might have to get in touch with them, because obviously if there's something wrong with it, it needs sorting, like a new one or something. Anyway, I haven't done any crochet. I was asleep, mostly. Early-ish night. A stint in the middle where I was awake, and then a late sleep in. Amazing, really. I can't believe it, the amount I've slept lately. It's going to have a bit of an effect, I would have thought, by making me not tired later than, you know, having a bit of a late night, going the other way now, because I did sleep in so long. I don't know, we'll have to see. But I'm almost, as well, another thing, I'm almost at 14k now. Yeah, I've not got far to go at all. And I haven't managed to talk to anyone from YouTube about Rocksteady, because when I do the year check, it's well over 4,000 watch hours, but they're saying it's not. So I need to talk to them and figure out why they've not done that yet. They'll probably say, oh, we don't really calculate it till the end of the month, but that's not true. They do it on a daily basis, a running year. Anyway, I'm going to get off and upload this and figure out what on earth I'm going to do with the rest of today. I only did one video yesterday. If I do a live stream, the chances are I might do a live stream over on Rocksteady today. So I will put a little notice on my wall, but if you want to join me, don't forget to subscribe. There's a link in the description box, and also just keep a watch for my wall. But if you don't get those, it will be kind of later on today, I should think. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take it easy, everyone. I'll see you soon. Bye.